Yeah, hi. Good afternoon to everyone. In the today's class, you are learning about the granularity under the DBMS granularity. Then protocols you are learning validation protocols. Actually, in the concurrency controls, it is categorized as three types of protocols. That protocols in the today's class we are focusing. Here very important for the log based protocol and the timestamp ordering protocol and the validation based protocol. Now, if you are going for protocol, means actually log in the previous class the concurrency protocol is categorized three types: log based protocol, then validation based protocol, and timestamp order protocol. In the today's class we are focusing about the log based protocol. In this type of the protocol, any transaction cannot read or write data until it acquires an appropriate log on it. There are the two types of the logs will be there. Means coming to the log based protocol, it is a type of the protocol transaction cannot read or write the data until it acquires a appropriately log on it. Means this log based protocol it is categorized as two types: shared log and the exclusive log. Means under the log base we are having the two types of the protocol logs will be there: shared log will be there, exclusive logs will be there. Coming to the shared logs, the shared logs also known as read only log. Under the shared log, it perform only for the read operation. Means this shared log we can also known as read only log. In the shared log, the data item cannot only the read by the transaction. Means under the shared log, the data items can only read by the transaction. Means under the shared logs the write operations will not perform. Coming to the shared log, it will perform only by the read. The data item can only the read by the transaction. It will not read by the write transaction under the shared log. It can be shared between the transaction because when the transactions hold the log that cannot update in the data and the data items. Means between the transactions, when you're taking as a shared log, the shared logs it holds the log. It cannot update the data for the particular grid or particular record under the database transaction. Coming to the exclusive log, under the exclusive log the data can both the read and write. Coming to the shared, it only perform only for the read transaction. Coming to the exclusive, it is performing the both read and write operation. In this log exclusively, this log is a multiple transaction, do not modify the same data simultaneously. If you are having the similar data under the transaction, it will not modify the simultaneously under the exclusive log. Now coming to, we are having the four types of the protocols. Four types of the log protocols is available: simplicity log protocol, pre-claiming log protocol, then two-phase this we can call as 2PL, two-phase locking we can call as a 2PL. Then one more we are having the strict two-phase locking will be there. These will come under your log based protocol. Under the log based it is categorized as two types. Under the log based, if you are performing the shared log or exclusive log. Now coming to the log based protocol, under log based protocol it is categorized as four types of the protocols is available: simplicity log protocol, pre-claiming log protocol. Coming to the two-phase 2PL we can call one more under the two-phase we are having as a strict 2PL. Then we are having simplicity log protocol, pre-claiming protocol. These are the four types of the logs available under your log based protocol. Under the simplicity log protocol, in the simplicity way of the locking the data while transaction, simplicity log based protocol allows all transactions to get the log and the data before inserting or deleting or updating on the transaction until unlock the data items after the completion of the transaction. Coming to the simplicity log protocol, under the simplicity log protocol the data at the time of the transaction simply it will occurs for the data before the insertion or the deletion or the updation also simply it is occurring without the log. Coming to the free claiming lock protocol. Free claiming lock protocol evaluates the transaction, the list of all the data items on which they are needed the locks. Before initiating the execution of the transaction, it requests a database management system for all the logs or those the data items. Now, if you are going for the free claiming protocol, under the free claiming protocol, all the locks are granted, then the protocol allows the transactions to begin. Means if it is all the transactions, all the locks are granted. If all the locks are granted, then this protocol allows the transactions to begin. When the transaction is completed, then it will release all the locks. If all the locks are not granted, then the protocol allows the transaction to roll back the wait until the locks are granted. Now, if you are taking for the free claiming protocol, under the free claiming lock protocol, under that lock is attempt here. At the beginning stage will be there, at the end stage will be there. We are considering as the time. From the beginning stage of the transaction to end stage of the transaction, now we are considering as lock is attempt at the beginning only. Coming to the at end stage, the lock is released. Means if all the locks are granted, if you are for the all the locks are if you are making the granted, then this protocol allows the transactions to begin. Means each and every transaction, if you are making as a grant, then only it will start for the executing this transaction. When the transaction is completed, then it release all the locks. Means after executing all the transactions, the lock will be released under the free claiming lock protocol. Coming to the simplicity lock protocol, under the simplicity lock protocol, the data while the transaction simplicity lock based protocol allows the all transaction to get the lock on the data before insertion or deletion or update. Means under the simplicity, before executing the transaction or before inserting the transaction or deleting or update, all the time the lock will be executed. Means after completion of the transaction, unlock the data item. Means here also under the simplicity lock protocol, all the transactions to be executed for the locks before insertion or deletion or updation of the transaction. After executing, then unlock the data will be there. Means for all the transactions, it is going for the unlock. Coming to free claiming also, under the free claiming the protocol also, the locks are granted in this protocol allows the transactions to begin. Means beginning of the transaction, it is going for the grant. Means after executing the transaction, at the end state, the lock will be unlocked, the locks will be released. Means all the locks are not granted, then this protocol allows the transactions to roll back and wait until the locks are granted. Now, if you are going for the 2PL, two-phase locking protocol, under the lock-based protocol, it is categorized as 4 types will be there. Simplicity lock protocol, free claiming lock protocol, 2PL. 2PL means two-phase locking. Coming to final, the fourth one, we are having strict two-phase locking will be there. 2PL, strict 2PL. Then we are having free claiming lock protocol, simplicity lock protocol. Coming to the two-phase locking, under the two-phase locking protocol, divide the execution of the phase of the transaction into 3 parts. Now see here, each and every transaction under the two-phase locking, it is dividing the execution of the transaction. Means it is categorized as 3 parts. The transaction it is categorizing into 3 parts. It is dividing as 3 parts. The first part, when the execution of the transaction start, it seeks the permission for the lock is required. Means at the time of the executing the transaction, each and every transaction is lock stage is required. Coming to the second stage, the transaction acquires all the locks. Means coming to the second stage, each and every transaction it acquires all the locks. Now coming to the final phase, When you're going for the third phase, the final phase start as soon as the transaction release the first lock. Means the third phase, the transaction cannot demand any the new lock. It only the release the acquired lock. Now if you are going for the two-phase locking, under the two-phase locking, if see here under the two-phase locking for diagram, according for the diagram, we are having as a beginning and we are having as an end. Beginning of the transaction will be there, at the end of the transaction will be there. Lock is attempt here. Now when the lock is released, it is going for the growing phase. Actually under the two phase, we are having as a growing phase and the shrinking phase will be there. In the growing phase, new lock of the data items may be acquired by the transaction, but none can be released. Growing means automatically, means from starting to ending. In the growing phase, the new lock of the data item may be acquired by the transaction, but none can be released. Coming to the shrink phase, under the shrink phase, existing lock held by the transaction may be released. No new locks can be acquired. New locks can be acquired under the growing phase. Coming to the shrinking phase, the new lock is not acquired. What are the previous locks it is executing under the transaction? It is going for the shrinking. Coming to the growing phase, at the runtime also we can use for the new lock of the data transaction. Now if you are taking the example for your understanding purpose for the 2PL, means if the lock conversion is allowed by the following phases, means upgrading the lock and downgrading the lock. Coming to the upgrading of the lock from from SA to XA, means we are considering as a T1 transaction, we are considering as a SA to XA, means when you are considering as a SA to XA, now it allows as a growing space. Coming to the upgrading the lock, when you are going for the upgrading from SA to XA, means now we are going for the upgrading. This upgrading we are calling as a growing space. Coming for the downgrading lock, we are considering as a shrink phase. Downgrading means from XA to SA must be done in the shrinking phase. Means vice versa we are converting. Now when you are going for the T1 transaction, and the T1 transaction we are having records or operations 0 to n operations will be there under T1 transaction T2. Coming to under the T1 we are having as a lock as a SA under the first operation. Coming to the second operation, it is under T2, it is not executing, it is going to the second operation under the T2 transaction. Similar way one after the other sequentially it is executing. Now when you are going as for the following the diagram, if you are going for the unlocking and the locking work under the 2PL, means transaction T1, under the transaction T1 if you are going for the growing space, step 1 to step 3, means we are considering as a step 1 to step 3. Now if you are going from the step 1 to step 3, it is we are seeing that it is a growing space. Coming to the shrinking phase, we are considering as a step 5 to step 7, means this we are considering as a shrinking phase. Now if you are going for locking point, the locking point is occurring at the transaction under the T3 operation. Coming to the when you are going for T2's transaction, under the T2 transaction if you are going for, means where it is occurring from the step 2 to step 6, means we are considering this as step 2, means actually it is the index we are giving from 0 to 1. Actually we are considering as a 1 to 10 will be there. Now coming to the transaction T2 transaction, it is occurring as the second stage to sixth stage, means it is occurring for the lock stage, it is occurring under the second. As for the index we should consider as 1 to 5, means your understanding purpose I took as a 2 to stick. Coming to the string space, it is taking as 7 to 8, means the lock is at the end of the 6. The lock is at the end of the 6 will be there. Unlock will be there under the transaction. The lock is ending at the 6th T1 transaction. Now if you are going for the strict 2PL locking, under strict 2PL locking, the first phase of the strict 2PL is similar to the 2PL. The first phase is after acquiring all the lock, the transaction is continued to execute normally. When you are comparing the 2PL, when you are comparing the two-phase locking, for the two-phase locking of the first phase, of the strict of the 2PL is similar to 2PL. The first phase is after acquiring all the log, the transaction is continuously to execute normally. Only difference between the 2PL and the strict 2PL, the only difference between the two-phase locking and strict two-phase locking, under the strict 2PL does not release the lock. Coming to the two-phase, the lock will be released. Strict 2PL, the lock will be not released. The major difference between the two-phase locking, strict two-phase locking means two-phase locking and the two-phase locking, lock will not release. Strict two-phase locking does not release the lock. The locks will be released under the two-phase locking. Two-phase lock will be released. Lock will not release under the strict 2PL. Now if you are going for the strict 2PL, wait until the transaction to commit. Then only it release the locks at the time. Strict 2PL protocol does not having the shrinking phase. Coming to the 2PL, under the 2PL we are having as a shrinking phase will be there, growing phase will be there. Coming to the strict 2PL, under this shrinking phase of the lock will be release is not there. Now when you are going for lock is attempting at the transaction beginning, at the end of it is not releasing the commit statement under the strict 2PL. Under the two-phase locking, growing space and shrinking space will be available. Lock will be released. Coming to the strict 2PL, lock will be not released. Under the strict 2PL, only the growing space is available. The major difference between the 2PL locking and strict 2PL locking. Now when you are going for the one more protocol, timestamp order protocol. Under the timestamp means duration of the time executing of your transaction. Timestamps order protocol used to order the transaction based on the timestamp. The order of the transaction is nothing but ascending order of the transaction is creating. The priority of the old transaction is higher. That's why it executes the first. To determine the timestamp of the transaction, this protocol uses a system for time or logical counter. Log-based protocol is used to manage the order between the conflict phase of among the transaction, the execution of the time. But the timestamp based protocol starting of the work as soon as the transaction is created. Means when you are going for this timestamp order protocol, under the timestamp order protocol, the priority of execution is first for the older transactions. After executing the first, then only to determine the timestamp of the transaction executing. The protocol uses a system for logical counter, means the time counting, means at the time of the executing, then only it will start for the counting the time. Now when you are going for the log based protocol is used to manage the order between the conflict phase among the transaction and the execution of the time. Timestamp based protocol start working as soon as the transaction is created. Now if you are considering as two transactions, T1 transaction and T2 transaction, suppose the transaction T1 has entered the system as 7 times as a transaction, T2 transaction is entered the system as a 9 times, T1 has a higher priority. T1 is higher priority. So it executes the first, then enter the system as a first. T1 we are having as a higher priority, means we are having the less time. Coming to the timestamp of the order of the protocol, also maintain the timestamp of the latest read and write operations under this stamp. Means when you are going for the timestamp order protocol also, we are having as a read and write operation. When you are going for your log based protocol also, we are having as a read and write will be there. Log based protocol also we are having read and write operation will be there. Coming to the shared log, only the read operation will be there. Coming to the exclusive log, both operations will be there, read and write. Here coming, if you are going for under the timestamp also, we are having as a two operations, read and write operations. Under the timestamp protocol, it works with the first we are focusing about the read operation. Now when you're checking the condition with the transaction Ti issues the read operation, means first we are checking that with the help of the write operation transaction X is greater than the transaction Ti, then the operation is rejected. If you are having under the read operation, when you're checking under the read operation, if you are having as a write Tx greater than the transaction of the Ti, then the operation will be rejected. Then if you are having the write operation with the transaction less than or equal to transaction Ti, then the operation will be execute. Then only under the timestamp. Under the timestamp, all the data items are updated. Means at the time of it is executing under timestamp, when it is executing the transactions, data will be updated. When you are checking the condition for the write operations, under the write operation, the transaction of Ti is less than or the write operation of the transaction of Ti, then the operation is rejected. Means with the help of the write, if you are going for the read, then the transaction will be rejected. Then if you are going for the transaction with the help of the Ti is less than with the help of the write transaction, the operation is rejected. Ti is ordered to back, otherwise the operation is executed. Now if you are going for the where, under Ts and the T or Tx, means if you are considering the timestamp, Ts means here we should consider as a timestamp of the X. With the write operation, Ts means timestamp, the timestamp of the X. The timestamp of the X is greater than timestamp of the Ti. Write operation with the help of the timestamp of the X is less than or equals to timestamp of the Ti, then only the operation will be executed under the read. Now if you are going for TST, it denotes the timestamp of the transaction Ti. TSTI means it is denoting the transaction, timestamp of the transaction Ti. When you are going for, when you are representing read, means read operation with the help of the timestamp of the data item is X. Write operation with the help of the timestamp with the help of the data is X. Means if you want to compare with the advantages and the disadvantages under the timestamp of the order, if you are comparing the timestamp of the order, TO protocol, actually the short term means we are calling as a TO. TO means timestamp order protocol. Means the first one we can consider as this one, the first, just now you learned about the log based LB protocol. This short form we can call as a LB protocol. LB means log based protocol, TO means timestamp order protocol. Under the timestamp order protocol, under the timestamp order protocol, if you are seeing the advantages and disadvantages, timestamp order protocol ensures the serializability, hence the preceding graph as follows. If you are taking as a preceding graph under the timestamp order protocol, the the transaction with the smaller of the timestamp. Under the timestamp under the this transaction with the smaller, transaction with the greater, see here, the image preceding graph of the TS is ordering will be there. First it is execute the smaller, after executing then only it will go for the larger transactions under the timestamp. Timestamp protocol ensures the serializability since the preceding graphs as follows. Timestamp protocol ensures the freedom from the deadlocks, that means no transaction ever waits. But the schedule may not be recoverable, may not be even cascade the see. When you are going for the schedule may not be recoverable, may not be even the cascade the free under the timestamp order protocol, TO protocol. If you, now last one we are having as a validation protocol. Now just now you learned the log based protocol, LB protocol. LB means log based protocol, TO means timestamp order protocol. The last one we are having as a validation based protocol will be there. Validation based protocol, also known as a optimistic concurrency control technique. This validation based protocol, also known as a optimistic concurrency control technique. Validation based protocol transactions execute in the following three phases: read phase, validation phase, and the write phase. Read phase, under the read phase the transaction T is readed and execute. It is used to read the values for the various data items and store them in the temporarily local variables. It can be perform all the write operations on the temporary variables without the update to actual data. If you are going for the validation based protocol, under the validation based protocol, it is categorized as three phases: read phase, write phase, and the validation based phase protocol will be there. Under the read phase, if you are reading, under the read phase, when the transaction is reading the operation and executing, it is read the value of the various data items and store under the temporarily local variables. Then only it will perform the write operation on the temporary variable without the updating the actual database. When you are going for the validation space, in this phase, temporary variables is available, will be validated against the actual data to see in the violating the serializability. When you are going for the write space under the validation based protocol, the write space, the validation based protocol transaction is validated. Means then the temporary results is written in the database system, the system is otherwise the transaction is rolled back. Here if you are going for each and every spaces under the validation space, we are having read space, write space, and the validation space. Under the validation based protocol, we are having the three spaces: read space, validation space, and the write space. When you are going for the three spaces following for the timestamp, the starting of the transaction Ti, it can consist the time of the time is execution. The validation transaction, when we are considering as a validation protocol, it concerns the time, then Ti finish the read phase and the start the validation space. When you are going for the starting stage, under the starting stage of the validation, it contains the times. It start the executing the operation. When it is going to the validation stage, then it finish the read space and start the validation space. Means it is checking the condition. Coming to the finish state, after executing the operation, it will come to the finish stage. Now under the validation space protocol used to determine the timestamp, means it is determine the timestamp TO protocol for the transaction for the serialization using the timestamp of the validation space. The actual space which determine the transaction will commit or roll back. Now if you are going for under the validation based protocol, under here transaction, the timestamp, means here we are considering as a TS is timestamp. The timestamp duration of executing the transaction is equal to validation of the time. Means when you are comparing to TO protocol to validation protocol, TO means timestamp ordering protocol. If you are comparing the both timestamp protocol and the validation lock protocol, means under the timestamp of the order of the protocol is equal to validation of the protocol of the transaction T. Then only we can consider as a serializability. Serializability is determined during the validation process. It cannot be detected in advance. Actually, the serializability scenario will be executed at the time of the validation based protocol. It will not execute the serializability scenario will not execute under the TO protocol. Means when you are executing the transaction, the greater degree of the concurrency, also the less number of the conflict should be there when you are going to further serializability. Means it can consist the transaction, if you are having the less number of the rollbacks, then we can go for your serializability. Coming to the timestamp order protocol, first it will execute the old transactions, previous transaction is not executed. First it will execute the older transactions. After executing the older transactions, then it will come to the new transaction execution. These scenarios will be there, the validation based protocol under your locking stage under the database system. Now one more we are having as Thomas Wright rule will be there, very important for the 2 marks for the Thomas Wright rule. Thomas Wright rule is provided the guarantee for the serializability order for the protocol. See here, with the help of this, with the the purpose of the validation protocol, we are validating currently it is executing the condition or not. Based on that purpose, they implemented the rules for your serializability. Thomas Wright rule, Thomas Wright here means the write operation will be there. Thomas Wright rule provides a guarantee for the serializability order of the protocol. It improves the basic timestamp order algorithm. Just now you learned about the TO protocol. For the TO protocol, the basic timestamp of the order, the basic timestamp for your Thomas Wright rule is, with the help of the algorithm, we can identify the rules of the Thomas. Now, if you are taking as a TS means the timestamp ordering protocol transaction. If you are having as a less than, the read operation of the timestamp protocol of the X transaction, then the transaction T is aborted and the rollback. Then only the operation will be rejected. Means under the Thomas Wright rule, the first condition, the basic rule will be there. The timestamp of the transaction is less than. If you are having the less than, with the help of the read operation of the transaction, of the timestamp protocol, if you are having, means the operation will be rejected. The timestamp of the transaction T, if you are having the less than, with the help of the read operation of the transaction of the X of the timestamp, then only the transaction will be continuously processing, it is executing with the help of write operation. Means if you are having the read, means it will not execute, it will reject. That is the purpose. In the meaning, the rule means Thomas Wright rule. Means when you are going for under the first protocol, log based protocol, we are having as a read operation and the write operation. Under the shared log, unshared log. Shared log, it is performing only for the read. Unshared log, it is performing both the operation, read and write operation under the log based protocol. Coming to the Thomas Wright rule means with the help of the write operation only the transaction will be executed. If you are having the timestamp of the ordering of the transaction less than the write operation of the X transaction of the timestamp, then only the transactions will be executed. Neither the condition 1 or neither the condition occur, then allows the execution of the write operation of the transaction Ti with a set of write operation of the timestamp of the order of the X transaction to the timestamp of the ordering of the protocol of the T transaction. Now, one more, we are having as a multiple granularity, which is a very important for the 2 marks. 2 marks, maybe sometimes they are asking about the, for 17 question, briefly or explain about the multiple granularity. Here the meaning for your understanding for the granularity means size of the data it allows to the lock. Means if you are having the size of the data items, if you want to allow the lock, then we are calling as a granularity. According to the term, we are calling as a grid. Means each and every record, when you are assigning the value, automatically it is taking as a log, that we are calling as a grid. Here we are having as a multiple granularity will be there. Here we are having multiple granularity. Granularity means the size of the data item when you are allowing the to allow the log. When you are assigning as a log, then we are calling as a granularity. For each and every record or entire the one data, if you are considering as a log, then we can consider as a granularity. Means it can be defined as a hierarchical breakup with the database allows, means hierarchical format from top to bottom. Means if you are taking as a tree, if you are having as a node, we are having as sub nodes will be there according to the data structures. When we are taking as a tree diagram, means hierarchical format will be there, parent to child, child to subchild will be there. Based on that database, we are making as a log under the, based on that blocks, for the each and every block we are considering as a log stage. Coming to the multiple granularity protocols, enhance the concurrency and reduce the log overhead. Means based on these multiple granularity protocols, we are enhancing the concurrency. Concurrency means parallelly execution. Means for avoiding that concurrency purpose, we are going for multiple granularity. We can reduce the log over with the help of multiple granularity. If you want to maintain the track, what you want to log and how to you want to log that your data, means based on your decision, either if you want to log the data item or if you want to make the unlock the data item, then we can go for, if we can represent with the help of graphical representation of the tree. Just now I said no. means when you are representing with the format of tree, DB database A1 A2, under A1 FA FB means less than, means left side we are having as a lesser values, means we, according to our left side we are having as a less than value, right side we are having as a greater value, means we are considering as a 2 nodes. This is a root node. For the root node we are considering as a 1 node. Under this node if you are having the value, sub nodes will be there. Under sub node we are considering A1 and A2. Under the A1 again you are taking as a FA, and again under the FA FA1 and FA2. Similarly in this we can, it is a representation of the trees format. If you are taking as the example for the multiple grand tree, tree which has 4 levels of the nodes. See, first level 0, 1, 2, 3. This as per under the graph we can represent the level. As per we are in representing the index is 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. Means we should consider as a 4 levels will be there under your multiple granularity diagram. Now we are having as a 4 levels of the nodes we are having. The first level or IL level shows the entire database. Means this we are considering as a first level, or parent we are considering as a parent. This we are as highest level. Now coming to the second level, it is representing the node of the type of the area. The higher level of the database consists exactly these areas. Second level is representing as a node. The second level A1 and A2, this is the second level. Under the second level, when you are representing the node of the type, it is the area. Higher level of the database consisting the exactly these areas. The area consisting of the children's nodes which are known as the files. The area consists child nodes. The children means we are considering as a child nodes, we are considering as a files. Means we are A1 and A2 we are considering as a files. No file can be represented more than one area. Means no file can be represented more than one area. Finally, each file contains child's nodes known as a record. Means when you are considering as a node, when you are considering as a subnode, under the subnode the file content of the data will be there. From that again the subnode we are having as a data content will be there. Now if you are having the record representing more than one files, no record can be represented more than one file. Means if you are having a similar name of the files, we cannot represent under the multiple granularity. For example, if you are taking as a A1, 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 if you want to represent the multiple times, similar file names we cannot represent. The level of the tree starting from the top level to database. First level we are considering as a database. DB means database. Coming to area means this is a A1 we are considering as a area. Then we are having as a third we are considering as a file. Fourth we are considering as a record. In this way we can represent under the multiple granularity. Means first we should take as a database. After the database we are considering as a area, memory. Then we are going for the file. Next we are going for records. And this is a multiple granularity scenario under your transaction. Thank you.